decks, but most people either play 4 decks Ulgrim or 2 decks Ulgrim, and it seems like it's split, skewing maybe a little bit more towards 2 decks Ulgrim, but there are definitely several people playing that 4 decks Ulgrim. And I think it doesn't necessarily give you anything more true. It just maybe makes it feel more comfortable and a little bit more safe to just play in general, taking off a frame of recovery on this move, on that move, on this move, making you a little bit more hard to punish.
Yeah, I think it definitely, especially for scenarios where you're going for like D-light into neutral light or like down air into neutral light, it might make that conversion a little bit tighter, but other than that, it doesn't really have much to go on there. But here we go, grand finals of Combo Breaker 2v2s for South America. Fiend and Balthazar off to a very strong start here as Wesley trying to hang on here, doesn't have a Rocket Lance in hand. Instead, he has the axe, and his axe is not bad by any means, but I definitely think that Rocket Lance is where we see him shine.
Now, this is an important set here, obviously, because it's the grand finals. That goes without saying. But in both major tournaments this year that Fiend was a part of that were online, and I'm not counting like CEO Dreamland because that was just weird of having to play on North American servers and all that. But Fiend in Winter Championships found himself in second place. That time he was teaming with Stardeath. In Spring Championships, Fiend with Balthazar again found themselves in second place. So Fiend has been so close. Balthazar has been so close. In Spring Championships, they lost to this team, Wesley and Balthazar, Wesley and Power Ranger. They traded sets there too. So there's a lot of history between these players. Big opening starting off for the blue team, but a little bit of an equalization here.
Now Wesley does have that Rocket Lance. Power Ranger has the gauntlets in hands too. I feel like this is the optimal weapon loadout for the red team. We'll see if they're going to be able to get some comebacks here as Wesley manages to get 2 neutral layers before Fiend scoops him up. But they're slowly kind of whittling the damage down on the blue team. Power Ranger getting knocked out there though is definitely not a good look.
Neutral light coming out from Wesley, wants to chase dodge after Fiend. Ground pound going in. It seems like you can see how confident Wesley is by how many ground pounds he throws out and how much he gravity cancels off the edge. Like, he's going to throw them out sometimes regardless, but definitely, like you saw towards the end of last game, so many ground pounds that Wesley was throwing out.
And I feel like Wesley throws out these ground pounds in just kind of weird scenarios, right? Where it's like, oh, I guess he could go for a ground pound. He always dash jumps and immediately does it. So you don't really have time to like see what's happening because he doesn't really get punished for it a lot. Now, granted, they get hit by the washing machine there. It should be a KO.
Oh.
Yep, see ya.
Yeah, you're exactly right. He'll throw out those ground pounds like as an immediate follow-up when his opponent is like, yeah, he's a Lance player. He's not going to chase me that far off stage. Oh, the double D-Light and the Insig. Spear players around the world are rejoicing that a double D-Light picked up, followed up with the side air. Beautiful Insig from Fiend. Back-to-back neutral signatures, taking a stock on the left, taking a stock on the right, and Power Ranger was negated that game. 151 damage was all he could do.
Man, that conversion is heat. Oh man, I love that handoff where the Sarah just leads right into Ash cracking his hammer on your skull. Like, what are you supposed to do there? He even forced Wesley to switch it up. Wesley said, all right, Ulgrim, Macho Man, no more. You're going over to Scarlet. Captain. See how this pans out here. I think, I don't even know. Have we seen Wesley play that Scarlet earlier today? I mean, I want to see what that hammer looks like.
I don't think we really saw it hardly at all. I wasn't actually able to catch their set earlier in right at top 8 in winners semis to see if he pulled it out then, because that was another time where he faced Balthazar and Fiend and they lost 1-3. So I didn't actually see if he pulled it out there. We'll see what he brings out here. He's going for the movement speed stance, give him a little bit of room to maybe zoom around a little bit more quickly. It's going to take out of strength, which if you're going to take away anything from Scarlet, strength isn't the worst thing to lose from. She already has high strength stat, has heavy weapons there, has incredible signatures with a ton of force. And meanwhile, are they going to negate Power Ranger again? Are they just trying to completely focus him out of this game like they did last game? He's out 27 seconds and he's gone.
And that's so hard to deal with if you're Wesley, right? You have to have so much of a presence on stage that the blue team just can't ignore you. And he's trying, he's doing it right now. He's throwing out these nairs, these Sarahs, picks up a KO. That's what he's going to need to do because it looks like Power Ranger's going to be stuck playing support this time around. He won't have a chance to get any offense started because they are hunting him down. I mean, just look at how the blue team moves around the map. They are hunting him down.
It's almost like Power Ranger doesn't want a 1v1 Fiend, and I don't blame him, because a lot of what took him out early on in this game so far was Fiend. Like, Fiend is just winning this 1v1 against Power Ranger, so you'll see him kind of, like, back up from Fiend and maybe go provide some support for his boy, but that just lets Fiend run up behind him and hit him and continue his pressure, and the red team is just being deleted in this game so quickly.
Yeah, here we go. Gauntlet recovery goes for the slide charge Z-Sig. Okay, silent recovery, not decent punish, not gonna KO. Nair not gonna KO as well. Fiend kind of close to being sent to his final stock. If they can do that, delete Fiend, that'd be huge. There we go. We have a tie game now. Balthazar being the one on his second stock still. I have no idea how this is gonna go. Power Ranger, oof, that was close. Almost missed the corner there.
Ooh, they get the knockout there. It's now 3 stocks to 2. Fiend setting his sights onto Power Ranger. Now over onto Wesley. Balthazar has Power Ranger on the edge. In comes Fiend with the D-Light. Gets interrupted.
Yeah, the amount of D-Lights that Fiend has gotten onto Power Ranger has been tough. Like, he's just trying to kind of float around. Nice
Did they just?
They did.
Did they just take him out?
Oh, no. Oh, don't let him do it. It's okay, Wesley has another stock though, so Power Ranger just gotta float. Just gotta float till he comes back. Got caught.
Oh,
got
no,
caught.
Don't float. Don't float. Don't do it. Oh man, this is a 1v1. Ladies and gentlemen. Fiend has the hammer in his hand against Wesley's lance. Nice dash side light to punish the D-Light that came out from Wesley. Nice dare.
Oh, one of these guys has won the South American Championship several times in a row, and one of them has not. But Fiend does have a lot of damage. Just Stomp Sarah will do it. He's looking for it. Oh, Fiend's making it so hard.
Avoiding. Man, what a punish from Fiend there. That was like a max range side air. Right in the perfect spot. Oh, that dare almost picked up. Oh, Fiend is so close to getting knocked out, but so is Wesley. Wesley might catch him jumping with a neutral signature, maybe even a recovery.
Oh, I'm so scared. Wesley, he's looking. Fiend, he's gonna let that NSIG rip. Oh, there it is.
Their movement, man. Fiend's ability to not get hit here is insane. Oh, it's a hammer, though. Oh, it's a side air, and that's gonna take it. Wesley and Power Ranger going up in game 2.
Oh, barely hanging on. I need to see the damage. Look at that, man.
Look at it.
226 on Power Ranger.
Yeah.
Like, his job right now is just to survive as long as he can and get any guaranteed hits he can get on people hitting Wesley right now. That's not the amount of damage that someone who's trying to be the aggressor does, okay? A 748 on Wesley. Similarly, Balthazar did 328, which is like not bad, but it's not great either. It's really a battle between who can play point better. Is it going to be Wesley or Fiend?
We haven't seen Wesley and Power Ranger lock in their legends yet. I mean, I'm saying go the Scarlet for Wesley.
Worked out.
Maybe it's something that they work out together where they like have their 2v2 combos labbed out with certain legends. So their actual team comp is more important than the individual legend. So it's like Power Ranger maybe saying, I'm not feeling comfortable on this legend pick, so then you have to pick around what I feel comfortable with, because Wesley is doing damage regardless. Okay, we're seeing that Scarlet get locked in.
I would like to see Power Ranger, if he's playing Rayman, he might be kind of like stuck to the axe. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like gauntlets in general in 2v2s aren't the best, but also against these weapons that he's going up against, spear or hammer or axe, they have quite the amount of range to outspace him, especially on smaller stages. And if he just keeps finding himself getting caught, especially we saw the amount of times he got D-lighted, right? You go for a gauntlet side light and you whiff, you're gonna eat a spear D-light every day of the week or an axe D-light for the punish. So he's always kind of through the nature of the gauntlet kit in a scenario where he can potentially get punished if he whiffs, and then that's not necessarily a spot you want to be in. So we'll see if he kind of just tries to have the axe on him at all times.
A lot of thought going into the stage banning here. Just look at the character levels. Level 88 from Wesley, level 100 from Balthazar, level 97 from Fiend. Compare that to Power Rangers level 36 Rayman. That's still a considerable amount of time spent on that Rayman, but compared to everyone else in the lobby, they're really thinking about this stage banning. Crystal banned, Apocalypse banned, Great Hall banned, Small Enigma banned, Shipwreck banned between Miami Dome and Mammoth Fortress.
How is Fiend's Nash not level 100?
I don't know, because he plays other characters sometimes.
That's crazy to me. I feel like he's been playing that character for so long that by this point, but hey, I guess you live and let live as we go ahead and move on to, this is just game 3, right? Like this, right?
Yeah.
Am I crazy? Yeah, man.
This has been a long and stressful grand finals. We might have ourselves a reset on our hands as well, so it could be even longer as we here are into game 3.
Oh, what a read coming out from Wesley there. Power Ranger trying to just scrap with the boys, catches a recovery. He's going for a little bit of an offstage play here. I like that D-light for the anti-air. Don't want to mess with Fiend too much, man. That's twice now. You just tried to go a little bit higher for the neutral air and got hit by that pogo, but so far, red team's hanging in there, man. They have the damage lead.
Yeah, so you have an interesting thing is it's like Wesley, based on last game, like Wesley took out Balthazar and Fiend took out Power Rangers. So do you try to switch it up at all? Do you try to put Wesley, who's kind of the stronger player so far today, do you put him on the stronger player of Fiend? Or are you just like, bro, go nuts on Balthazar. I'll try to survive as long as I can against Fiend.
I think at this point, it's kind of been proven, like, you know, all right, I'm just gonna look at Power Ranger right now. He's just jumping and fast falling, bro. He ain't doing nothing else. He's like, I'm just jumping and fast falling, and I'm just gonna chill till I see an opportunity. He's not throwing out hitboxes needlessly, and I think that's the strat. I'll let Wesley do his thing, follow up where I can. And I'm just not gonna press buttons.
This is doing work so far. Power Ranger was the last one to fall other than Wesley. So between both members of the blue team, Power Ranger's doing a much better job surviving this game. Nice neutral light. And Wesley's able to follow up straight away off of it. Get that knockout. 5 stocks to 3.
Power Ranger gets a little bit of aggression on the Fiend here. And you can see he's saying, all right, Fiend has enough damage. If I can get like a recovery or something, I can get the KO. Just needs to be careful because Fiend has gotten the turnaround on him so many times. Oh, it's actually, that's a come up.
Yeah.
For the red team.
That's exactly what Wesley and Power Ranger needed there. I don't think that would have led to a knockout, but it could have led to a follow-up from the blue team that leads to a knockout. Balthazar is dangerously close to being taken out of this game. D-light side air. The side air turns Wesley red. In comes Power Ranger. Stomp side air from Fiend to punish the landing. 4 stocks to 2. Balthazar has to be so careful. There's a weapon spawn on the field. Balthazar's going to grab it. It means Wesley doesn't have a weapon. Nice nair from Power Ranger, and the ground pound is going to take Fiend out. What a clutch moment. Power Ranger is going to fall, but he has stocks to play with. Red team is about to take this game 3.
I think Power Ranger's done like less than 200 damage. It'll be like 210. That's my guess. How much? 319. Okay, I spoke. Oh, look at Fiend's damage though.
Yeah, it almost doesn't matter how much damage Power Ranger put out because Fiend did 186 and Power Ranger still was 2 damage away from tying with Balthazar. So he had several clutch moments in there where he was fighting against Fiend and he wasn't letting Fiend run all over him. He was playing really well that game. Now we're seeing one of those other characters that prevents Fiend from having that level 100 Nash. It's that Bryn coming out. It's sometimes the Hattori that comes out.
So this is going to be super interesting because Power Ranger, I think, just played one of the most passive games of his life in that last game 3. And it paid off, and especially when you play like a passive game like that and you decide to make a play, look how that play worked out. He was able to get a very early KO on a Fiend, and now I'm wondering what Balthazar's plan is here, because he's not winning that 1v1 versus Wesley. Wesley got off the Scarlet, by the way, which I felt like the Scarlet was doing just fine, but the Macho Man is back, and I think he feels like the red team has found their stride. He's going to go back to his comfort pick and just kind of play with the new game plan.
Now, Power Ranger was playing like a really good version of passive, not just like running away and saying, "Ooh, come get me! Ah, what are you gonna do?" But he was also like, he was just annoying enough. Like he was a fly buzzing around your head, where you can't have a lovely picnic because it's flying there. You have to like try and smack it out of the air, and then he gets out of the way, and then it'll land on you and bug you. And he was like just annoying enough that the blue team couldn't completely ignore him, so he was able to grab things like that nair at the end.
I love that recovery from Power Ranger there. Had ran out of jumps and a recovery. Beautiful pass over to Wesley. The weapon toss as well. Wesley and Power Ranger pulling ahead with a very slight lead. Power Ranger staying alive here and doing such a good job of extending his longevity. It's paying off, man. I mean, Wesley's getting the damage in. Balthazar struggling to hit him. Fiend can't even seem to touch him now. Looks like his defense is just evolved.
Power Ranger still on this first stock. He eats a nair from Wesley, but it doesn't matter. You see him still putting out damage onto the blue team. Big side air from Balthazar, even from the right, sending to the left, is able to knock out. Minute and a half into this game, Wesley's taking some punishment here, though.
Yeah, I'm wondering if at this point in the game, if you're a Power Ranger, you might consider just kind of playing a little bit more of an active role, because if Wesley is unable to do all the damage, it's going to end up in a scenario where Power Ranger's in a 2v1 and has to do it against Balthazar and Fiend, which is not going to be a fun time. So here we go, we got a little bit of aggression. He's trying to get an early KO off the top with some gravity cancel sidelights. Wesley and Hopper, so you see they both try to get rid of Fiend there. They can't land the hit with that down signal to it.
Neutral signature bouncing off the stage. Wasn't a spike over the corner. Weapon toss from Wesley. Power Ranger chasing Balthazar into the sky. And this playstyle that they're kind of going for, where Power Ranger maybe plays a little bit more passively, maybe tries to distract and just kind of sow confusion, because this is a best of 5 and possibly a best of 10, that's a long time for Balthazar and Fiend to figure out how to deal with it. That's what's so scary. If this was a best of 3, Power Ranger and Wesley would have already taken it, but it seems like the blue team is finding a way already, after they've already done it once or twice, to kind of figure out how to get around this. We're dead even in this game so far, and I don't think we're going to be seeing huge numbers from Wesley this game.
Yeah, I mean, take a look at it, though. I feel like Balthazar and Fiend, like, this is probably one of the closest games we've seen. Look at Fiend's damage. It's darker than my skin.
And that's pretty dark.
It's pretty, I'm pretty dark skinned. Like, I can't lie. I got some melanin in there, but Fiend making me question it, because he is going off here. How is he still alive? Finally, he was actually black. Like black. Like lights out in damage.
Oh, is Wesley gonna get this? Fiend is able to jump and dodge through. Wesley's able to get back. Nice side air from Power Ranger, and Wesley comes back in. There's no way for Fiend to get back. Balthazar put the effort out to save him. What a huge, huge move for Wesley and Power Ranger. There's the D-Sig. It lands on the main platform. It's definitely still winnable from Balthazar, but if he takes another one of those neutral signatures or a neutral light into a side air follow-up, that is a reset. Ladies and gentlemen, it seems like Power Ranger and Wesley have figured out a way to take down Balthazar and Fiend, even though Balthazar and Fiend won 3-1 earlier.
Man, we were talking. Yo, I want to give some shout outs to Power Ranger, though, because I felt like we were commentating Power Ranger and Wesley earlier. We were talking about, like, yo, if Wesley keeps playing like this, if Wesley keeps doing it, Wesley, and not to say Wesley's not popping off, he is. Oh, trust me, he is. But Power Ranger has made the adjustments too, where it's like, this is no longer like, okay, it doesn't look like Wesley +1. It looks like, okay, Wesley and Power Ranger, they are doing this together. Don't you guys forget it. The way they're holding it down right now. And Fiend and Balthazar, you were saying they never got a 2v2 gold medal, and they may not today.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. Like, Power Ranger, we'll say he's a square peg, and before it was like he was trying to force himself into a round hole, whereas now he found a way to get his stuff in. He found his square hole that he needed to get into. Rather than trying to force himself one way, he found where he fits in to how they're going to play.
Look at them go. Enigma. Curious how this map's going to work out. Pretty decent stage for Rocket Lance. Hammer as well. Wesley switching back to the Scarlet. Trying to aggress on a Fiend here. And Power Ranger, wow, making great use of Axe D-Light. I love when I see Axe players make great use of that move. Such a strong anti-air tool, often forgot about in the kit.
Wesley swapping over back to this Scarlet, and Fiend back to the Nash. Still has a spear in his hand, but also has a hammer. Solid start here for the red team. We're going back to Enigma. If I remember correctly, this didn't go very well for Wesley and Power Ranger earlier. I think this might have been the game that they lost in this set. Oh, that Cider actually almost saved him.
A weapon throw from Wesley, though, was able to get rid of him, and now red team with a hefty lead here. If they're able to KO Balthazar, that gravity cancel from Wesley would have, like, annihilated him. Like, he wouldn't even be on this planet. Oh, what a pass. Wesley's so weird, man. The way he just randomly decides to do SIGs in the other direction.
5 stocks to 4 here. Wesley still hasn't been off of his first stock yet. That still is not enough. He's got a gravity cancel neutral signature off the top. Might have even taken someone out if they were in yellow.
He's like, just
the ground! How did he get around Power Ranger? He plays that so well, and the D-Stick, Wesley's going crazy!
The way they were able to line that up was better than my barber. That was beautiful. I love what I'm seeing right now, man. It is, I mean, blue team, I love Fiend and Balthazar, don't get me wrong, but the way that Wesley and Power Ranger are playing right now, there's stuff to be desired here, man.
Side air from Fiend, fighting his way back into this. 3 stocks to 2. Brief moment of the 2v1. Blue team isn't able to make much of it. Oh, Wesley wants to carry Fiend off the edge. Wants to give him an express trip straight to the blast zone. Wesley wanting to take Balthazar out now, and the ground pound. Oh, and the gravity cancel neutral signature. That knocks out off the top. Wesley, we keep saying Wesley, 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 but he deserves it.
Balthazar trying to find a way in, and Wesley, another NSIG. Not enough juice on it, but that says more than enough in a celebratory gravity cancel NSIG. We are taking off. Game 1 of the reset.
6 more kills added to Wesley now. All 6 of them. And then his teammate, Power Ranger, 394 damage. No slouch there. Taking 408 compared to Wesley's 406. So they're sitting there right even, and Wesley is there to finish up so many kills. A lot of them he's following up right off of Power Ranger, so it's this beautiful bump set spike between them. Fantastic work. What a team of Wesley and Power Ranger, showing why they came out on top in Spring Champs.
Wow. Here we go, man. The story continues. And Fiend and Balthazar, I mean, granted, they need something right now, right? The momentum is clearly in the favor of Wesley and Power Ranger. They're feeling good. They've won back-to-back games here, and they're looking to kind of close this out. Now, Fiend and Balthazar are definitely strong enough competitors that they can turn this around, but I feel like this is the game where they need to do it. If they go down 2 games in this second set,
This is just... Oh, Wesley grabbing Power Ranger that time. But this is such a tough spot to be in mentally if you're Fiend and Balthazar, because you're getting flashbacks to Spring Champs when they ran into this similar thing. And they're also getting flashbacks to earlier in the bracket when they won. It didn't go to Game 5. They won 3-1, showing that they can beat Wesley and Power Ranger. But then the grand finals 3-1, getting the reset. This is such a tough spot to be in. And then losing Game 1 in the reset. They're still battling back as best that they can. They have a lead right now. Are they going to be able to hold on to it? Fiend trying to scoop with those dares. Wesley doing his best. Wants these KOs. Wants to add another KO to the stack with the high strength of Scarlet. Power Ranger has the axe in his hand. Hunting for the side air, hits Fiend, but not enough to knock out yet. Both members of the red team getting into the orange.
This could be a Game 10 Grand Final, Sparky, just by the way this is going. Balthazar deeply, deeply damaged, finally getting taken out there. Fiend playing the off-stage game. I feel like the larger stage is actually not helpful for Power Ranger and Wesley. I feel like they actually thrive on some of these smaller stages because they're in such close proximity to each other that they're always close enough to lend a helping hand. But moments like that, where Balthazar is able to single out Power Ranger and get the KO, that's what we're going to see more of on a stage this large.
The way that the leads have been shifting is it's not like one team gets a small lead at the beginning and then they might stretch it a little bit, but they just hold it the rest of the game. It's been so sudden that in 15 to 20 seconds, it can go completely the other direction. Look at the top right of your screen. It's 4 stocks to 2. Almost everybody's in the red here. The neutral signature is going to knock out. Power Ranger died there before Balthazar did. 3 stocks to 1. Wesley's in the red. This is looking all but unwinnable. Oh my gosh. Fiend and Balthazar wrestled it back here in game 2 after the reset. A very important victory, like you said.
South America is the best, man. They go crazy with it. There's not one dull moment with these guys. As we're going to see where they end up going. Great Hall would be great, I think, for Wesley and Power Ranger there. It gives Wesley his playground back where he's able to go wild. But he doesn't get the chance to pick here. So we're going to see where Fiend chooses to go. And it looks like Fiend and Balthazar do end up picking Great Hall. I think that's a great stage for the red team. We'll see if the blue team proves why it's not.
Yeah, I would almost maybe prefer to go to Apocalypse because Fiend and Balthazar can play that close game right stacked on top of everyone. Like you said, maybe a little bit better, but this is sort of a middle ground because it's not going to be Enigma. You still have that open area right in the middle, whereas Enigma doesn't have quite as big of a room there. So we'll see what Fiend and Balthazar are able to do here. It seems like Wesley and Power Ranger really like soft platforms, though, just based on the trends in their banning. Nice side signature, nice second side signature, hitting Power Ranger, then hitting Wesley, going for more. Fiend wants these early knockouts, has Wesley in the red, Power Ranger in the dead.
Yeah, and Wesley, his steam engine is slowing down a little bit here. You know, he's not as I guess dominant as he was kind of in the prior games. Oh my goodness, they're not even letting Power Ranger land. They're chasing the poor man around. He's already in the orange. They're trying to delete him as soon as possible. Wesley gets taken out. Perfect chance to KO Power Ranger. Double pogo. Weapon throw. Oh, nice. So nice. So smart.
Oh, Fiend! No, he goes too hard! Oh no, he goes too hard, runs out of movement options and can't get back. Even with the dodge up, didn't cover enough distance. But before that, you saw those multiple dares. That's what I like to see as an offstage fall. Oh man,
Weslly.
Is Fiend just gonna be?
Yes, Power Ranger.
Oh my, just like that. Fiend is on final stock. This is a brutal game for the blue team. It was looking like in their favor by a long shot, and that's been completely negated. I'm telling you, man, 15 to 20 seconds in South America is like 10 years anywhere else.
I know. We're watching Wesley just slide charge the merry-go-round off of these platforms. Looks like we might even have a disconnect here, but if I'm the red team, I'm taking this, bro. You'll get your hits in. Or
this is grand finals. Like, you grab it. You go, go, go.
You take it, bro. I don't care, bro. You know how much money's on the line? Brother,
yeah.
See ya.
3 stocks to 3. Oh, the big side air. It's going to knock out, and Balthazar's going to be able to get back. Knocking out Wesley, and Balthazar still surviving. 3 stocks to 2.
You got to hunt down Fiend here for the red team. Oh. Fiend is so elusive, man. Oh. Oh, is Power Ranger gone?
Oh! Balthazar knocked out by another Wesley ground pound and a side signature. It's 2 stocks to 1. Oh my gosh, Wesley is in danger of being knocked out. We're seeing the D-lights come out from Balthazar, side sig from Balthazar, neutral sig from Wesley, adding up more precious damage. Getting Balthazar closer to orange. He's in the yellow now. One more hit will probably put Balthazar orange.
Wesley stole that stock, bro. Like, I can't. You really just. Oh my goodness, that's Scarlet for you, though, man.
There's the sidelight. In comes Power Ranger with the sidelight. He goes for the gravity cancel. Second sidelight. Recovery punish from Balthazar for the knockout. Balthazar is behind in terms of damage. He has Wesley in the 1v1. Neutral signature going high. Balthazar goes low. Another neutral signature the other direction. If it don't work the first time, try it again. You might connect. Wesley, 624 damage. 4 of those knockouts. Power Ranger, I think that game was really closer than it had to be. Power Ranger only putting out 200 damage. Picks up 1 knockout, but still. Wesley, man, he's having to carry these games a little bit.
Man. Wesley and Power Ranger are 1 game away from being the 2v2 combo breaker champions. Balthazar and Fiend have had ample opportunity to get some W's on the board here. They were on the winner's side, they got reset, and they kept on losing. This could potentially be their final bout if they could not saddle up, get the next notch in the belt and tighten and rein things in, because it looks like that gold medal might be escaping them one more time.
Fiend ready to go with this Nash. Balthazar ready to go with his Bryn. Wesley ready to go with that Scarlet. Still waiting on Power Ranger to choose who he wants to go in with. It likely will be a Rayman. Maybe he just needs a moment. It is that Rayman in the defense stance, level 36. Stage banning begins. It's Fiend and Balthazar's first banning out. They ban out Apocalypse, the Dome, the Great Hall, and Small Enigma. Banning out 2 of the 3 actually all 3 stages that the red team likes to leave open, and we're going to Mammoth Fortress. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, in Game 4. Power Ranger and Wesley are up 2-1 in this set. 1 more victory, and they're going to repeat what they did in the Spring Championships and take home Combo Breaker 2v2. This is the reset, so Balthazar and Fiend are going to have to wrestle this game back and then win 1 more if they want to add their first 2v2 gold medal in a PR tournament to their stat page.
And so far it's so even, man. Like, as even as it gets. They are just trading blow for blow, and it is paying off here. Balthazar gets, oh man, try to go for the early KO off the top. You see even Fiend comes in with the recovery. He's like, can I get a cheesy one? Stuffed cheesy bread with some jalapeno poppers.
Multiple interruptions coming out from both sides. Big ground pound from Fiend. Big ground pound from Power Ranger. The rotations from both blue and red, allowing their teammates to live for just a moment longer. Big dare from Wesley. Is he able to? Oh, in comes the neutral signature. Instantly turns around, picks up that side light recovery. Balthazar is the first to fall.
Oh, and Wesley barely hanging on there as well. Fiend also in the red. Beautiful Ensig. Uses the anti-air swing of that steam hammer. Just go ahead and get rid of him, but Fiend comes back with a vengeance and says, hold on, this D-Light recovery is here for you, and Power Ranger is going to be the one with the most stocks yet again.
He has all of that defense in the defense stance with Rayman. He's only like 1 hit into red, so it's not necessarily going to be an easy knockout just yet. It'll have to be like an axe side air from the correct side of the stage, maybe even a signature from Fiend. Down signature right over the corner, neutral signature. Almost taking out Balthazar off the top, sent him flying. Wesley wants to land. He's able to land safely. You see him immediately retreat back to the air while Power Ranger comes in, grabs a set of gauntlets. Side light, D-light, side air from Fiend. Power Ranger throws the D-Sig on the other side, launching that airstrike onto Balthazar.
Ooh. Wesley getting the hits in. Recovery, yep, guaranteed, because he caught the dodge. Great read from Power Ranger. Nice weapon throw as well. They might be able to pick one up here.
Oh.
Nice.
Red Team's ability to clean these things up has been phenomenal today. Both members, too. A lot of it has been Wesley off of setups from Power Ranger, but still, you see that Power Ranger can do things as well. And this game is winding down in a South American minute, which seems to only last 10 seconds.
One more stock. And Power Ranger and Wesley will be victorious and be the champions here. Fiend needs to make history if he wants to be the champion right now. And so far, it's looking like that might. Oh, how did I, that looks like they didn't line that up correctly. But
just a little bit of a flub there after this tremendous journey that they've had today. The side signature. Fiend going as far as he can, touches the wall. Wesley follows it up off of Power Ranger, doing what they've done successfully so many times today. Wesley and Power Ranger are your combo breaker 2v2 champions. Look at those stats. That's what you like to see from Power Ranger, man. 554 damage, that's what I'm talking about. Wesley picking up 5 KOs there, that's what I'm talking about.
yeah, whenever quarantine ends, we have lands again, we got to get these two out.
Yeah.
we got to get these two out.
Insane play from them today. Let's just go over real quick how they moved through this bracket. They came out of pools. Winners round 1 went 2-0 against Okami and News. Went up against